Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay. Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Got a knack for being discreet-like? There's money to be made, long as you keep your nose clean. Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Four workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just... Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. Yeah? You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, but you'd be wrong. Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the... Yeah? The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly... Hope's just a rumor, friend. Ancient rumor. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself... Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about Hope this and Trouble's in the asking. Or don't much... Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble?
I could really go for some salt tuna.
Huh? What? I wasn't dozing off.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to... Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber... Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give some... What do you think you're doing? Carry on. Just don't know when to quit. I can't see!
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
Don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
At least you got your health. Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. And what are you doing here? Visiting? Well, let me give you the grand tour. This here's my dump. What? No. I mean, I might. So Silas can afford a hired thug, but I still gotta pay him a bear. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's... Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching, and soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the sky. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use... There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Strong. I need you to break in, nab... do what I can. I tried medicating myself with Adrenatime. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any... More like the company won't treat me because I'm not... You will not find any guards within sight of that old... I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping soft. So you'll do it then? You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it. Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy. Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him them. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm... Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the med... Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape. I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better. That's all I can ask of you.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Foreman Granger, mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid... If you're not familiar with board, law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative. Shame, though. Eugene was... Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper store. Just between the two of us. I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't miss. Not half as awful as the bill Eugene... Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was... When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was... Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all, may his Adam. All I know is Silas asked... I'm just glad to put this whole ugly...
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got in.
Just between us, Wilson disappeared. Lost his hair. Ran off in the thick of night.
You kidding me? Damn. Always thought he was made of sturdy stuff.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.